Hey guys, this is Anali and I am back with a new tutorial. This tutorial we would be discussing another problem regarding built-up section. So guys, before that, if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, do subscribe my channel and click on the bell icon to get the notification about the newly uploaded videos. So in this problem, we have been asked to determine the radius of gyration for this built-up section above the vertical axis passing through the centroid. And the properties for the standard rule steel section has been mentioned here for ISMC 400 and for ISA 125 x 75 x 10 mm. So these are two angle sections and there is a one channel section, and we need to determine the radius of gyration above the vertical axis passing through the centroid. So we will be solving this problem in the 4 steps that we have discussed in the previous tutorials. First of all, we need to draw the axis about which the moment of inertia has to be determined. So let us draw the axis about which the moment of inertia has to be determined. Here it is vertical axis passing through the centroid. So this is the axis about which the moment of inertia has to be determined. So let us consider this is axis YY. Now the next step is to locate the origin, which will be lying at the leftmost and the bottommost point. So the leftmost will be this and the bottommost will be this. So this point can be considered as an origin, and all the distance will be measured with respect to that of the origin only. Now we need to split this entire build-up section into the standard section, that is either C section, angle section or beam section. Here there is one C section and two angle section. So let us consider this as 1 and this as 2. Okay, now we need to locate the centroid with respect to that of the origin, and afterwards apply the parallel axis theorem to determine the moment of inertia of this built up section above this axis YY. So first of all, let us locate the centroid. So for the C section, the axis which is parallel to that of the web, that means parallel to this will be YY axis only. So this will be YY axis for the channel section, and let us consider this as axis 1 1. And we know that the centroid for the channel section will be lying at a distance of CYY from this end. From this end it will be lying at a distance of CYY. So the total distance will be nothing but this much, that is 125 mm, that is 12.5 plus CYY. So this will be nothing but x1. So the value of x1 is nothing but 12.5 plus CYY, and the value of CYY is given as 2.43 centimeter. So the value of x1 will be nothing but 14.93 centimeter. Similarly, for the angle section, the parallel to the smaller one, it will be x axis only, and parallel to the bigger one, it will be y axis. So here the axis will be x axis for the angle section, as it is parallel to that of the smaller leg, and we have discussed that parallel to the smaller leg it is always x axis, and the standard position for the angle section is somewhat like this, and parallel to this it will be x axis. From this end this distance will be nothing but cx only. So here also it will be nothing, this much distance will be nothing but cx. The value of cx has been given as 4.24 centimeter. So the distance of this axis from the origin will be nothing but, so this much distance will be nothing but x2, and it will be nothing but this entire distance, that is 12.5 centimeter minus 4.24 centimeter. So the value comes out to be nearly 8.26 centimeter. So we have obtained the value of x1 and x2. Now let us write down for the easy calculation. So for 1, A1 has been mentioned as 63.04 centimeter square, and the x1 that we have determined as 14.93 centimeter. Similarly, for the figure 2, the value of A2 is 19.02 centimeter square, and the value of x2 that we have determined is 8.26 centimeter. So now we need to determine the location of the centroid, that means the location of this axis with respect to that of the origin, and it is nothing but x bar. So the value of x bar, that is the location of the centroid, can be given by formula as a1x1 plus a2x2 divided by a1 plus a2. We know all the values, so placing those values we would be getting the value of x bar as somewhat 12.41 centimeter. Here the value of a2 will be twice that of 19.02 centimeter square. So the value of a2 is nothing but 2 into 19.02 centimeter square. We have multiplied 2 as there are two angle sections, so the area will be twice. So instead of a2 we need to put 2a2. Okay, so this thing we need to remember. Here we are multiplying with 2 as there are two angle sections in the question mentioned, so we need to multiply it with 2 or twice the area we need to take into consideration. Now we need to determine the moment of inertia of the standard sections about this axis yy. So Iyy1, that is the moment of inertia about this axis yy for this C section, can be given by Iyy1, that is the moment of inertia about the local yy axis, that is about this axis, plus a1 into h1 square, where h1 is nothing but distance between these two axes, and the value of h1 is nothing but x bar minus x1. Iyy1, that is mentioned as 506.3, so 506.3 plus a1, that is 63.04 into h1 square, that is x bar minus x1, that is 12.41 minus 14.93 whole square. So we will be getting the value of Iyy1 as somewhat 903.5 centimeter raised to 4. Similarly, we need to determine the value of Iyy2, and Iyy2 will be nothing but twice of moment of inertia about the local yy axis, that is about this axis, plus a2 into h2 square. Here we have multiplied with 2 as there are two angle section, so we need to consider the twice the moment of inertia for the single angle section, that is this is for the one angle section and this is for the another angle section, so the total moment of inertia will be twice only. So 2 times Iyy2. Here actually parallel to the smaller leg it will be x axis, so we need to consider ixx instead of Iyy. So for ISA we have been mentioned the value of ixx as 300.3, so it will be 300.3 plus a2, that is given as 19.02 into h2 square. H2 is nothing but x2 minus x bar only, and the value of x2 is 8.26 minus x bar, that is 12.41 whole square. No need to consider the twice the area as the 2 will go inside and multiply with 19.02, so twice the area we have actually considered, so no need to again multiply 2 with that of a2. So the value of Iyy2 comes out to be 1255.74 centimeter raised to 4. So here only thing we need to consider is instead of Iyy, here we need to consider ixx, because parallel to the smaller leg it is xx axis, so we need to consider the moment of inertia about the xx axis only, and we need to multiply it with 2 as there are two angle sections present in the problem, so we need to multiply it with 2 and no need to multiply 2 with that of a2 again, as this 2 will multiply with a2 and twice the area comes out, so 2a2 which we have considered only. So no need to again multiply 2 with that of a2, that we need to remember. So this is how we have calculated the value of Iyy1 and Iyy2. Now the total moment of inertia about the y axis can be given as Iyy, that is nothing but Iyy1 plus Iyy2. So Iyy1 is 903.5 and Iyy2 is 1255.74. So the total value comes out to be 2159.24 centimeter raised to 4. So we have obtained the moment of inertia about the y axis which is passing through the centroid. Now we need to determine the radius of gyration. So we know the relation between the moment of inertia and the radius of gyration as kyy, that is nothing but under root of Iyy divided by total area. So now here the value of kyy can be determined as under root of IYY divided by total area, and the IYY value is nothing but 2159.24 divided by total area, that is nothing but 63.04 plus twice that of 19.02. So here we have multiplied with 2 as there are two angle sections. This point we need to remember. So the value of KYY comes out to be nearly somewhat 4.605 centimeter. So we have determined the radius of gyration about the YY axis as 4.605 centimeter. So guys, that's all from my side. If you have any doubt, do comment in the comment section, and thank you guys for watching this video.